Who are you?
This is great.
How did you find me? What do you want? No, that's not possible.
This actually has a lot of actual
Does this
real
actor live
science
in
in
LA?
it.
There's a lot of science in there.
Adam?
The Brit.
I don't know.
What was the question?
If
I
Adam
wonder if
lives
this
in-
actor works
That's
and
the
lives in
first.
America.
This is his first American job, I think.
So
Owen
either
knows
he
it.
lives in England
But
or
he
he's
had a
unemployed out
visa.
here.
Sorry, I'm just intrigued.
He has a kind of incredible face, doesn't
Yeah.
he? He genuinely looks like
Stephen
a kid
Graham
in a
keeps
candy
saying
store
to me,
looking at
Josh,
that code.
Tell Josh I really want to be in the next one. Like, I'm totally up for it.
Well,
We convinced him to let it be British because he was a scientist, and that he sounded smarter that way.
That's
Yeah.
No, it's true. British people always sound smarter.
Well, they are smarter.
I remember.
But I
Yes,
love
yeah.
this bit. Love it.
thought of the one thing nobody thought possible was the use of a synthetic oxygen carrier.
John, you actually talked to some blood dude about this, didn't you?
Creating a synthetic
Yeah, I talked to a guy who he was on the East Coast. He was driving between New York City and Rhode Island with his family on a vacation, and he was a stem cell scientist. So I told him kind of what the situation was, and I said, just go with me on this. It's the Terminator, and he said,
Yeah.
"Oh, I love the Terminator."
I can
So he gave me all this stuff, and
I can tell you
we used it.
that Sydney, Josh, who's of course studying molecular biology in college, she
Right.
watched this and she called me the next day and said the thing she was most impressed with this entire series was actually how accurate and correct the scientific stuff was. I mean, she said, of course, you'd have to suspend your disbelief,
Sure.
but it is a world of Terminators, and if you went with that, it was actually very accurate.
This was very complex to shoot this.
How did you do this?
It's shot with a green screen. It's usually a green screen.
That's a
Great.
CGI
CGI
Terminator
computer
there.
CGI.
What are you?
They ran these these shots a lot in the promos.
I know. I wish they hadn't,
And
but
he's like, it's his
He
thing.
can't leave.
No.
Yeah.
he can't leave. That's, I think, one of the
And
best
he closes
things
the
in
door.
whole thing.
How many times did we get asked, why doesn't he leave? Why does he close that
Because
door?
it's
I
his
mean, nobody
passion.
got it. Yeah.
Hello.
Yeah.
Well-
Remember when I pitched the show to Warner Brothers and to Fox, I always said, and at some point, we're going to have a Terminator come out of a bloody bathtub.
With
And it was with skin. And it was always like one of those things from the 2 years before we did it that I thought was a really cool and compelling image, and say that we can do stuff that the show doesn't have to, it can be scary and doesn't have to be big metal guys running around. You know what I mean?
Josh, I have a great memory of you when Dave Kildee was doing that in the tub, and we were sitting there at the monitors, and they had an EPK crew from Fox, I think, shooting some stuff. And I went over to the craft service table and got some stuff, and I came back over, and Josh was doing his, arms folded thing, sitting, in
Oh,
front
God,
of the
I know that
monitor,
one well.
watching the guy come up, and he just had this, childlike grin on his face, and I walked up and sat down next to him, and he looked at me and he said, "I've been waiting 2 years to see this." It was a very kind of self-satisfied thing. It was really cute.